All right, so first things first. So your URL, Sign Bros EP, it's great. It's actually, I like your URL because it has what you offer in the name, sign, even though it's, Sign Bros, you're not offering Sign Bros, but you're offering signs. It's on there, you know what I'm saying? And that's a high value thing to have. And something that we recommend. And that's something that we have on our own project, the 915 web design. And we're trying to target the top of the URL down. That's the goal. So that's good to have. Of the other stuff in here, really, I don't have much information about. If you want to take us on in the future as to help you with your website, we can go over this and we can dive deeper into it. On this, I'm sharing with you some resources as well that you can use. So for example, like ManyChat. ManyChat is a service that I have applied on lostandfoundpets.in to help deal with some of that traffic. MailChimp is a way to handle like email campaigns. SEMrush is a tool that I use every day. Ahrefs. So you can go down the line. But a lot of these are actually free. So you can, or they have trials. If you want to do your own SEOing, you can definitely do that. And that's how I got my start too. Using the free trials, and yeah. But moving on. All right. So analytics. So I don't have any analytics information for you. So I don't have anything in regards to your Google Search Console or analytics, or your Bing Search Console. So, those are things that you need to have installed and tracking on your website. The reason Bing's on here is because Google's not the only search engine. There's also Bing to contend with. So you got to keep that in mind, and you want to make sure that you're ranking on all the search engines, not just one. So, and if you don't know what these things, what Google Analytics is, Search Console is, or Bing Search Console, we'll be making videos on that in the future. So if you want to follow us and learn more, you can. But yeah, so moving on. So web design, excuse me. So your website is responsive. There is, however, something that I wanted to call out to you is that even though it's responsive, I think it was designed in an older way of doing it. And the reason I'm saying this is, oh, wait a minute, that's not it. Sign Bros EP. Okay. All right. So here we have your website, and I checked it through Google to make sure that it was responsive, because you want to check with Google everything you can. And there's a link to it here, but it came back that it is responsive, but it's not responsive 100% because it does not shrink with the viewport. So it passes the algorithm test, but it doesn't pass the user test, in my opinion, because this is not scaled down, and it makes it harder for people to to go through and check out what you're offering. You know what I mean? So just wanted to call that out. So that's something that I would definitely recommend for you guys to work on. If we look at, for example, like Delicious Nails. So our website, it scales and it changes when the viewport changes. So that's something that's really important because it's, it's about the user experience, not so much the algorithm experience. You know what I mean? So yeah, work on the responsiveness of your report. I would recommend for you guys to have as many calls to action as possible, especially on your homepage. You want to have at least 2 calls to action. It's recommended that you have 1 paid, 1 free. Why is that? And what would those things be? Well, the reason why is because you want to keep as much information as possible about the people that are visiting your website. So if you give them something free, they're going to get it. Or if you give them something paid, they're going to get it if that's what they're looking for. But you always want to have an opportunity to get their attention and get them to give you their information. So 2 calls to action, it could be buttons. 1 call to action, for example, could be, contact us now, or, fill out a form. And another one could be something free, like, check out our latest design, or something, something that's something somebody's going to get value out of. Somebody, I don't know. Yeah. So moving on to the next thing here. So technical. So the technical aspect of your website does need a little bit of work. So your website is not redirecting correctly. We talked about this briefly when we met, but you're not redirecting when somebody types in www.signbrosep.com. It doesn't redirect to the HTTPS version, which you guys are using, and that's great. But if you want to rank, you need to make sure that the preferred version is always being redirected to. You also do not have a robot.txt file on your website. So that's something that you would need to get installed on your website to improve the way that the search engines are able to crawl your website. Okay. And of course, when you get crawled, you get indexed, and then you get indexed, you get ranked. So that's what you're after, getting ranked so people can find you. Excuse me. You do have some opportunities when it comes to having a sitemaps on your website. So you want to have an XML and an HTML sitemap, and that has to be in the footer. A favicon, you don't have that. Favicon is, you see that little logo right there on top of Delicious Nails, or rather next to Delicious Nails here where my cursor's at. You guys don't have that. You have a little globe, so you got to get that. I was checking out Jesse, Southwest Pure Water, the old website. And guess what? He doesn't have it either. So Jesse, if you're watching this, update your favicon, man. Anyway. You are using your meta keywords, which is great. So that is description on your website of what your website is about. So yeah, all right. So page speed. So check your page speed. Man, your page is super fast. It loads in 1.1 seconds. So page speed is a ranking factor. So you got that under control, which is great. Now, one reason why I think the page speed is so great is because you really don't have that much content, which we'll get into later. But you want to have content. So it's okay to have a page that's at 4 seconds, 5 seconds. If you're loading up amazing content and people are sticking around and going through your page and seeing what it's all about, then that's what you want. And that's one thing that I didn't see on your website. Page speed insights is Google's version of the optimization. Again, you want to check with Google everything. I checked that. You guys were at a 77. So I would recommend for you guys to go to page speed insights and apply some of the changes that Google is suggesting. It's not stuff that's tremendously hard to do. You guys can get that done yourselves if you know how to use WordPress. So indexation, so I checked, you guys are not indexing any of these pages because for the most part, you guys really don't have any of these pages. So that's cool. I did check your citations and I took a screenshot, but let me see where I put it. Desktop. Yes, here we are. All right, so for business, okay, so I put you guys through this thing called whitespark.ca. What they do is they audit your website for citations. Citations are just references to your business. So like when somebody writes your business name, Facebook, there's many, anytime you're mentioned online, link back to, that's a citation, and then if you're linked back to, of course, that's a backlink. But you do have some opportunities here. You have 30 citations, and there's 246 opportunities that were found on Whitespark. And again, this is Whitespark is free for you to use. You can check your citations yourself. Just go to their website, whitespark.ca. And having a lot of citations is good because that shows that your website is legit. So Google wants to know that you're not a website that's incredible. So when you're mentioned online, that's seen as something that adds validity to your entity. So in short, you want to have more citations. So I'll go ahead and put this in here, and I'll resend that to you. So 30, and then notes 246 opportunity. All right. So click-through rate optimization, that's something that we can offer as a service in the future, but first we got to get your foundation down. So same thing with schema markup. This is something that's really important to have on your website because this makes it easy for the search engines to find you and index you, which is what we're after again. And that's something that you guys need to work on too. Google My Business. So Google My Business, you could get the Google My Business down, like really the website would just flow into the marketing campaign. So you have verified your Google My Business. This is actually incorrect, so let me fix that. So what this means right here, what I just changed, is that your name, address, and phone number matches the website. Yes, it does match, and that's important. If you have a mismatch anywhere, that causes issues, and that in Google's eyes, they don't know if they should rank your Google My Business profile because who are you really? Multiple categories, so yeah, so that's something that you guys could definitely take advantage of. And that's something that I would recommend for you to add because you guys do a lot more than just printing. You guys do t-shirts, so t-shirt printing, so you can add that too as a category. You guys do car wraps, I'm not sure if that's a category or not, or you can on Google My Business, but there's other categories that you guys can target to spread your visibility when people are searching for stuff in El Paso. Responding to reviews is another thing that's really important. And Nathan, I talked to you a little bit about this, but when you respond to the reviews, you want to use targeted keywords because this is Google's representation of your business, and this is what's going to pop up whenever people are searching for businesses like yours. So when you respond to reviews, you want to use keywords that will help your visibility for the things that you're trying to be found for. And I created a list for you. I sent it to you. Actually, I didn't. It's not. There's a lot more that we can add onto that list, more keywords. And I'll briefly talk about it so you guys can pick the best keywords that you think apply to your business. But yeah, anyway. So respond to those reviews. We'll talk more about the keywords later. Post 3 times a week. So, Google My Business is an application that people aren't really using. So if you use it, you're going to get seen. You're going to add, more, you're going to get more calls. You're going to get more text messages because you can set that up as well. I don't know if you guys have set that up yet, but that's also an opportunity for you guys to take advantage of if you're not already doing it with the Google My Business application, which is something that we do for Delicious Nails and we do with Garcia Water Care, and we've been able to generate leads from that as well. So yes, and then you need to put photos, man, inside. Maybe even when you guys are working, you guys do the podcast, so you take pictures of your podcast. That's gonna add more traffic to that. So yeah. All right, didn't see any duplicate content. And my eyeball audit, here's like a just a brief description of what I found. And the things that I found are that you guys can definitely take advantage of really explaining on your homepage what it is that you do, so you can get found, because you're not doing that right now, and then around that also, you want to have like a really solid foundation when it comes to the URL structure and the way you're building out your page, so it's easy for Google to index you. And that's what we can do for you. So we can help you get indexed. Let me show you. Let's see. And my computer is really slow. It's not searching. So what I want to show you is our results for our Google My Business on Delicious Nails here. So for Delicious Nails, it's a really sought after, I'll take that back. Nails are really tough market here in El Paso. There's a lot of nail salons, like you mentioned. So it's really hard to get found online on Google My Business, but we've been able to do that by applying the things that I mentioned to you. Some of the things that I mentioned to you. There's a lot more to that, but anyway. So here are the number of people that found us on Google. 13,764. And this is, since we started this whole little venture with the Google My Business, which was 2 years ago that we started this. 394 people found us by searching for nail salons near me. Nail salon, 236. Nails near me, 214. Asked for directions in July, 112. Visited our website, 483. Called us, 104 calls. And, this is just, traffic that we're not having to pay for. It's just having the Google My Business optimized that is helping us with that. And, we're actually going to see more traffic because this whole optimization thing. Before I used to just do search engine optimization, but now we're starting to do the whole Google My Business optimization, and we're starting to see movement on that. So let me show you another tool that we use. Local Viking. So here we have some of our campaigns, for example, like water softener installation. This is one that, we're not doing that great on, but we've been working at it. And you can see where we're ranking, right? So we have number one, which is right by our office because location is king. And now we've been targeting the surrounding areas because we can get information relevant to that area, so we can start ranking there too, and we can start targeting it. But yeah, so this is a service that we can offer you to maximize the amount of visibility that you're getting on your Google My Business using Local Viking. And Local Viking, it's not expensive. You can get Local Viking for $20 a month. They have a trial period too. Now, it takes time to optimize, and that's really what we are selling you is the time that it takes us, and the value that you're going to get from it as well. So let me show you another one of our grids here. So best nail salon. So as you can tell here, best nail salon, East El Paso, got it pretty much on lock for delicious nails. And each of these number ones is a call, pretty much. Multiple calls from people looking for nails in our area. So now we're targeting these other areas as well. So we're going to start seeing movement and this change as we get more and more visible, really. And I'll show you. Sorry, my computer's a little slow. All right. So Nathan, here we have some keywords that I looked up for you, for your niche, just printing, but you guys do so much more than that. So volume is the amount of traffic that this keyword is getting. So for example, car wrap advertising, 2,400. Keyword difficulty is the score that this keyword is getting to rank it. So anything above 60 is a little bit more difficult to target and to do quickly. It takes a little bit more work, but it still can be done. Above 80, it's going to take a little bit more. 90 to 100 range, it's going to be almost impossible unless you have a pretty large team. So that keyword right there is at 73, so still doable. But you could go down the line and see what keywords there are available that are related to your business, and then start applying some of those into your responses, into your content online. There's many different ways that you can sprinkle this content in there. For sure, like we see here, like Banners El Paso 40. Is it worth it? I would go for this one right here. Banners El Paso, Texas. More search, less difficulty, and then cost per click. So this is how much Google values these clicks right here at. It's $3.13 each click. So if you can generate the traffic and you can generate the clicks, then your website gets valued. And I think I showed it to you before, but yeah, let me show it to you now. So you can see what Garcia Water Care and Delicious Nails are doing. So you can see here the traffic trend, how this goes back to 2018. You can see how that traffic has just been going up and up and up and up and up and up. And I foresee that we'll continue to go up. So this website, on the traffic alone, it's valued at $1.3 thousand per month. This is what you can expect to pay if you're a business owner trying to get the amount of traffic that we're getting right now from just organic. So that's, it's pretty significant, and it's something that we're really, happy to be able to share with you, because we want to help businesses like yours. We want to show people how to do it themselves, and your blog, your podcast is going to be able to help us. So hopefully, we get to work together. If you have any questions about things that I covered, feel free to hit me up, message me back. And it was nice talking to you, man. Stay in touch, man. Take care. Bye.